Mr. Bronshausen, Mrs. Slama, Mr. McGee, parents, grandparents, siblings, aunts and uncles, cousins, friends, and most importantly, my fellow graduates of the St. Gabriel the Archangel class of 2023. My name is Patrick Castacola. I'm honored to be standing in front of you today, and I promise to keep this speech shorter than our 8th grade fathers. Like many of my classmates, I started my time at St. Gabriel as a naive kindergartner, and I was nervous. Nervous to be starting a new school, and nervous to be leaving my preschool, which was the only thing I had known. And now, that same feeling of nervousness has returned. Right now, my fellow graduates and I have only really known one place which we call home. One place where all of our friends are. Now, the number of places will grow to 2. In 4 years from now, it will grow to 3. Because even though we're going to a new school, we will never really leave our home. And how could we? Because we have so many great memories here. For instance, we will never forget the flip-flopping lunches. One day we get a gourmet meal, worthy of Chef Gordon Ramsay himself, and the next day we get mishap meat. But we also can't forget the wonderful friends we have made along the way. Those very same friends that have helped us through the most challenging moments of our school careers. One such moment was these past 3 challenging years of COVID-19. Even though we had to quarantine away from our friends and family, we got to experience what it would be like to have to be split from our closest friends, which is something we never want to do again. Another thing we hope to never do again is math together. But that's a whole other story. But even though it wasn't ideal, online learning helped us appreciate what we had and to never take it for granted again. It helped us to understand that even though it may not seem like it, someone always has your back. Although we've had a relatively short time at this school, we still learned a lot. Starting from the beginning as a bunch of annoying little kindergartners, we learned how to tie our shoes and we learned the colors of the rainbow. In 1st grade, we started to learn more concrete and applicable skills such as math and spelling. By the time 2nd and 3rd grade rolled around, we had friendships that were starting to strengthen. As we got into 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, those very same friends were becoming people we could rely on for anything and everything. They were people we could trust. And in these past 2 years, we have gained even more trust in our friends, who will most certainly be our oldest friends for life. But friendship skills aren't the only thing that our parents pay for, because St. Gabriel is excellent at academics, but not just any academics, ones that are rooted in our faith. Throughout our time here, we have been taught to love God, to serve others, and to be messengers of the good news, just as our namesake, St. Gabriel. We have learned about the sacraments, the lives of the saints, and the importance of prayer. We have been encouraged to develop our own personal relationship with God and to recognize and live His presence in our daily lives. Additionally, we have been immersed in a culture of academic excellence throughout our time here. We have been challenged to think critically, to analyze information, and to develop our own ideas. We have been taught to be curious, to ask questions, and to seek out knowledge, which will prepare us for the rigors of high school and beyond. And we can obviously not forget about the wonderful sacraments of reconciliation, communion, and confirmation which we have received in our time at St. Gabriel. Those sacraments helped us and are helping us grow stronger in our faith, and they are helping us truly realize what really matters. Today is very bittersweet for all of us. We will be leaving the place we have known for so long, but entering into a new place where we will make new friends, meet new challenges, and sometimes struggle. However, we have all worked hard, and this is truly a significant milestone in our lives. I'd like to thank all the teachers who have helped shape our lives, and to those special teachers and administrators who are moving on from this school next year. We wish you success and know that you will continue to change the lives of students for the better. I'd also like to thank my parents for providing me the opportunity to receive a Catholic education at St. Gabriel. This past Thursday, I made my final walk from Locke Avenue to St. Gabriel, just as my grandfather, Mike Vanderpool, did almost 60 years ago. Today marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. As we move on to high school and beyond, we will always remember that St. Gabriel, the Archangel, is where we grew up, where we faced our first difficulties, where we made new friends, and is where we will always feel at home.